It's debatable who can be credited with the latest wave of interest in the four-door coupe-style cars, but certainly the first generation of the Mercedes-Benz CLS deserves some of the kudos. The 2020 Mercedes-Benz CLA delivers the brand's promise of luxury at an accessible price. This 5-passenger car is amongst the most affordable models in the Mercedes lineup. Now comes BMW's latest take on the format, the new 2 Series Gran Coupe. Don't be misled by the naming convention, however, for this car isn't really a coupe. This is the smallest BMW Gran Coupe to join BMW's handsome 4 and 8 Series Gran Coupes. So, in this video, we will compare their exterior and interior designs, break down their trim levels, and take a look under the hood to help you make a choice on which one is a better buy for you. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. The base BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe looks like an overstyled economy car. Designers went all out, they say, calling elements like the inverted dual kidney grills, angry LED headlights, and frameless windows provocative. It looks too frumpy in the base model versus alternatives like the CLA and the sharp Audi S3, both of which are better looking out of the box. But two things help this BMW visually: optional M performance parts and/or upgrading to the M235i model that you see here. It features a more powerful engine, which means larger vents for additional cooling, and a new mesh pattern in the grille, both housed in standard matte bronze finish. This car wears the blacked out shadow line treatment instead, which sheds bronze for shiny black plastic. It also gets a carbon fiber aero package, which includes carbon fiber side skirts and a small carbon fiber wing, along with nicer V-spoke 18-inch wheels. The M235i looks pretty mean with these upgrades, much better than its base sibling. The second generation CLA immediately makes a much better impression. Instead of the love it or hate it look of the 2GC, it has a mini CLS look, albeit with front-wheel drive proportions and more aggressive and angular design details. The smoother body helps the CLA to look more expensive than it really is, and the aerodynamics have been improved. It is definitely sleeker than the old CLA, which always had the appearance of a hatchback with a big droopy boot slung out the back. This new one is far smoother in its appearance, with a rear end that appears much better integrated and coherent. It also has headlights and taillights that are subtly different to the A-Class sedan. One thing to note is that the CLA is based on the same platform as the all-new GLA and GLB SUVs, as well as the shooting brake estate version of the CLA itself. Climbing inside of both will greet you with a design language that is all too familiar to each respective brand. In the BMW, high-quality black leather and soft plastic covers pretty much every inch of the cabin, and at least in the M235i, feels as nicely finished as its larger 3 Series counterpart. The dash is really well appointed, and there is a premium feel to it with its BMW distinctive look, with a luxurious driver-oriented design and no trace of cost-cutting. That includes the iDrive 6 infotainment system with analog driver's instruments and an 8.8-inch center display. The optional iDrive 7 Live Cockpit Professional brings its striking pair of 10.3-inch digital readouts, along with connected navigation with Apple CarPlay Standard and the Hey BMW voice commands. Illuminated trim is standard, along with a gamut of driver assistance systems. BMW's M Sport steering wheel, a bit too thick and slippery, is standard on the M235i or as part of an optional M Sport package. A dizzying array of extra cost features includes BMW's excellent heads-up display, the clever backup assistance, gesture control, wireless phone charging, and the panoramic roof. The seating experience up front is low but offers good forward visibility. A wide range of adjustments in the seat and steering wheel means that, unlike in the tiny rear seat, anybody can get comfortable here. The interior overall is as good as it can get for a BMW. As for the CLA, the cabin has all the material and technical prowess of its compact Mercedes contemporaries, so it makes a strong first impression as you settle into its neon-lit luxurious ambiance. All US market CLAs get Mercedes 7-inch touchscreen MBUX infotainment system and another 7-inch digital instrument screen as standard, and you can upgrade to the even more impressive dual 10.3-inch displays for a more impressive experience. The navigation system can include as an option augmented reality video overlay, and setting a destination is made particularly easy by the Hey Mercedes voice recognition system, which is particularly good at suggesting destinations from its online points of interest database. Sporty-looking seats with integrated head restraints feature in both rows, which provide overall good comfort and support. Despite the car's swooping profile, it's cleverly packaged enough up front that, even with the panoramic sunroof fitted, it offers more than sufficient headroom for a 6-feet driver. However, in the narrowness of its interior and with a driving position that seats you ever so slightly perched and bent-legged at the controls, the CLA doesn't feel quite as roomy as it's typical for saloons in general. The second row is one you'd only really consider squeezing 2 occupants into, and they wouldn't be likely to be full-grown adults. Space for 6-footers is tighter than the class average for head and legroom. Before we hit the road and compare what's under the hood, we would like to compare their prices and what you get out of each of them. Both the CLA and the 2GC come in two trim levels, the CLA 250 and the CLA 250 4MATIC, with the AMG CLA 45 as the high-performance model. As for the BMW, it comes at the 220iX drive or an M235iX drive Gran Coupe. As you might have noticed, the BMW comes with all-wheel drive as standard, but you can choose whether or not you want all-wheel drive on your CLA or just front-wheel drive model. And this is where the differences start to show up in price. If you choose the base CLA front-wheel drive versus the base 2GC, you can save up to $1,000 on your purchase, since the CLA goes for $36,650 instead of the 2GC's $37,500. But if you must have all-wheel drive, then the BMW will save you almost $1,000 because the CLA with all-wheel drive will cost you $38,650. The performance variants of each are good to consider, though they are on the expensive side, with the CLA AMG 45 going for $46,900, while the 2GC M35i costing $45,500. If we try to break down the normal variants, we found what follows. Both come well equipped in the base models with LED headlights and taillights, alloy wheels, 18-inch on the CLA versus 17-inch on the 2GC, and similarly spec'd engines. Inside, things are as well taken care of as the outside, though the biggest difference is in the infotainment department. The CLA offers dual 7-inch touchscreens and instrument cluster displays, while the 2GC offers a bigger twin of displays at 8.8 inches as standard. Though on the rest of the essentials, they are pretty much on par, with dual-zone climate control, leatherette upholstery, a smart key with push-button start, power front seats, and more. Safety is also well taken care of, both offering as standard front and rear parking sensors, rear view camera, electric park and brake, and tire pressure monitoring. Though it can become more complicated if you delve into what each car offers in terms of packages, the ones we would recommend you add to the CLA are the premium package at $1,650 and the driver assistant package at $2,250. The premium one adds blind spot assist, auto-dimming driver side and inside rear view mirrors, power fold-in side mirrors, and replaces the dual 7-inch screens with much larger 10.3-inch ones for the full immersive experience. While the driver assistant package adds a bevy of 8 systems including adaptive cruise control, emergency braking, active lane keeping assist, active steering assist, and more. Though to add this package, you will have to add the multimedia package at $1,150, which includes Mercedes-Benz navigation, augmented video for navigation, and speed limit assist. These packages will bring your CLA 4-wheel drive to a total of around $41,700. To get the 2GC to get close to match the CLA, you will have to add the premium package that costs $4,750. This package offers a panoramic moonroof, hands-free trunk lid opening, Sirius XM satellite radio, adaptive cruise control, Live Cockpit Pro for the dual 10.3-inch screens upgrade, adaptive full LED lights, heads-up display, heated front seats and steering wheel, and the ambient lighting, all of which brings its price to $43,500. Many of the aforementioned features are missing from the CLA, notably the head-up display, heated front seats and steering wheel, and all-wheel drive. But what this BMW truly lacks is the advanced driver assistant systems that Mercedes offers that makes it an almost autonomous driving car, which means you will have to make a choice between some creature comforts or cutting-edge technology. As for on-road performance, all 2020 CLAs are powered by a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine that generates 221 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Gears are shifted by a 7-speed automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive is standard and all-wheel drive is available. Mercedes estimates that this car will make a dash from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.3 seconds. The handling is keen and polished, with a pleasantly firm brake pedal, nicely calibrated steering, and minimum body roll when cornering. Still, downshifts from the gearbox are occasionally clunky. Different drive modes, eco, comfort, sport, and individual, give you the ability to tailor the car's performance to suit your preferences. On the BMW side, the base 228i makes 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque from its turbocharged 2.0-liter inline-4. With lower compression pistons, more turbo boost, and a sturdier crank, the M235i outputs 301 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. To keep pace with the increased output from its engine, the M235i gets M Sport suspension as standard. It's lower and stiffer but remains compliant. The 2GC even soaks up the sort of road imperfections with ease that would challenge some of its rivals. Sport mode firms things up, but comfort was capable enough without the jitteriness that Sport imparts into the ride. In either mode, overall grip leaves something to be desired, and the M235i understeers more than expected, but that push is suppressed to good effect by the stability control system and limited slip front differential. Overall, both cars drive really well. The CLA drives as expected from a Mercedes, but 2 Gran Coupe doesn't exactly live up to what most expect from a BMW in terms of driving dynamics. Nevertheless, however, you wouldn't regret getting either one of them. So, which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, turn on notifications for the latest car reviews and news. Take care, see you in the next one.